Light and Lightning. Pattabhi Somayaji's's subversive verbal antics. Pattabhi Somayaji was an activist teacher, and he took both as his vocations and strived to do his best at them. His colleagues and friends recount several stories of Pattabhi confronting fearlessly those in power, unafraid of his physical safety or the risks to his career. He was an avid student of Gandhi and perhaps had imbibed that Gandhian trait of stubbornness. In career and in life, he refused compromises and was ready to fight till the end. He stood firm about matters he believed in, and he spoke without concession. Yet, Pattabhi was perhaps not a happy man. Maybe the frustrations born of the repetitiveness of the causes he fought for and the price he had to pay in terms of even soured personal relationships had made Pattabhi sad. Perhaps the verses collected in this volume are a way he tried to cope with a world in which fair is foul, foul is fair. Perhaps the nonsense in the world, Pattabhi felt, could only be commented upon through nonsense verse. Pattabhi's poetic compositions exhibit a unique blend of doggerel-like simplicity with intense satire, political critique, and an astute sense of intertextuality. His verses, while seemingly light-hearted, are rich in their engagement with literary canons and serve as a means of both social and philosophical commentary. Pattabhi's intertextual approach is evident in the playful way he weaves references to various literary luminaries throughout his compositions. These references create a layered and nuanced texture in his work, inviting readers to engage with the interplay of ideas and themes across time and culture. For instance, his verses contain words and lines that echo and play with words and lines of Shakespeare, Keats, Blake, Heidegger, Wordsworth, Donne, Andrew Marvell, G.M. Hopkins, Nietzsche, and Dostoevsky. No surprises when Heidegger, T.S. Eliot, and Purandaradasa appear in one short poem, or Bhasa, Sophocles, and Shakespeare in one line. We may become breathless for the sheer breadth of the allusions that confront us, unannounced sometimes, their exact purpose often eluding us, as in, I quote, "in those far-off Wordsworthian Arabian sands near Leith and Hebrides," unquote. Pattabhi deliberately deploys a compositional style that plays with aspects of language, often touching upon literary as well as conversational. He doesn't often hesitate to use words and expressions from the Indian languages that are a part of the public culture now. He's ready to engage in absurd manipulation of words, spelling, and pronunciation. He deliberately misforms and misspells words to create amusing puns and wordplay. This linguistic acrobatics adds a layer of humor to his work, making it accessible and enjoyable. Yet, beneath the seemingly nonsensical surface lies a deeper layer of meaning that invites readers to ponder issues of greater significance. Humor is a central element of Pattabhi's nonsense verse, and it serves as an entry point to engage with his underlying messages. The humorous nature of his verse allows him to reach a broader audience and elicits a more receptive response to his social and political critiques. Through satire, Pattabhi employs his verses to critique the moral and political landscape, often taking on corruption in Indian society and politics. Pattabhi's keen awareness of the events occurring in India and the world allows him to comment on various aspects of society, from the mundane to the profound. His comic verses can be understood as an indirect form of social commentary, serving to address issues that escape our attention. His political poems target the communal and capitalist dispensation in India. His critiques encompass various strata of society, taking aim at the middle class for its self-indulgence, the political class for its callousness, and the intellectual class for its irresponsibility toward the moral decadence in society. In doing so, he articulates a keen awareness of the socio-political landscape and the complex interplay of power, privilege, and responsibility within it. One of the distinctive features of Pattabhi's poetry is his playful use of language. He readily engages with spellings, names, puns, and sounds to achieve his intended political and social criticism, or to convey the philosophical points he seeks to make. This linguistic playfulness serves a dual purpose. It serves as a tool for sharpening the satire by using humor and irony, and underscores the inherent absurdity of the issues he addresses. In some instances, Pattabhi Somayaji's poems are characterized by pure linguistic playfulness, demonstrating a willingness to revel in the joy of language itself. These moments of playfulness serve as a testament to his versatility as a poet, showcasing his ability to transition seamlessly between the serious and the light-hearted while maintaining a strong undercurrent of social and philosophical commentary. A phrase such as universalities, whether the context strictly demands or not, is worth the coinage, or this exquisite play on the word available. Pattabhi never hesitates to indulge in verbal antics because he is not searching for obtaining relevance or significance to his subject. He is confident about the absolute currency and seriousness of the topics he writes on. It's as if the subjects he writes about and the context in which he is doing so have become so absurd that only poetry, and that too doggerel, can do justice to them. Sometimes one needs to ignore the demands of linguistic decorum to appreciate the drama presented in these compositions. He is no purist to shy away from a wordplay available just because grammar would frown on it, or that it is only a half rhyme. And I quote, "Why die in a road in daylight broad?" Unquote. Some of the verses are conversational, imitating spoken idiom, as in, and I quote, "A call missed or messed no, if it isn't Mrs. No, sets hearts and all on half boiled. The other half bitter, let it toil." Unquote. When he resorts to conversational tone, it is always realistic. And he comes up with innovative ways of approximating the peculiar ways of English pronunciation that we come across among Indians. Woke, for example. He can write satirical poems on the current Indian political scenario, but he can also write brilliant pieces such as these, and I quote, "If I see a sparrow at my window, I will take part in its existence and peck about the craven." Pattabhi Somayaji, in the verses of this volume, might defy conventional notions of poetry and language. His peculiar brand of verse playfully manipulates words, spelling, and meaning to create puns and wordplay that not only entertain but also carry a deeper significance. Pattabhi Somayaji's verses are not merely whimsical. They serve as a tool for trenchant political criticism, engaging with the social and political landscape of India and the world. Through his verses, he challenges the status quo, advocating a more just and ethical world. Pattabhi Somayaji's unconventional approach to social and political criticism using comic verse as a tool is a testament to the power of creativity and wit in addressing complex issues and inspiring change.